is Sarah here with Purple Angel Oracle. Hope you all are doing well. So I have a few things I would like to go over today, discuss. First thing, last night as I was going to bed and closed my eyes, I got a flash of golden crystal-like white light, Christ light, and I felt Jesus, Ascended Master Jesus, very strongly. And the energy that comes with that, if you've ever experienced that, is just so calming and peaceful. It's something that we don't even actually have words for yet. And I have felt this many times throughout my life. And actually, it's pretty cool because Lori Ladd was discussing this type of thing in her most recent video about when you're visited by higher dimensional beings. A lot of the time you aren't seeing it with your physical eyes, and your eyes can be open and it's like you are seeing it, but you're not actually seeing it with your physical eyes. And it's usually just a color. There's not very often is there a form, but there could be. For me, the most prominent memory I have was being visited by an angel, an archangel. And I was 16 years old, around there, 16, 17. And I had to get home. Like I was out hanging out with friends, and I had to get home. And it was late at night. And, my dad gave me a ride home, and I'm sitting on my bed, and I look at my closet doors, and I just saw this beautiful pink aura. And I just started sobbing tears of joy. And though I wasn't seeing it with my physical eyes, I was seeing it with my spiritual eye, right? My third eye. And it's a feeling that's associated with it. And if you go watch that video that Lori Ladd, she explains things so well. I sometimes have a hard time finding words to describe things. And I just love other light workers because we all have special traits and we're able to break things down in different ways. But that's it. It's about getting in touch with that energetic signature of that being that you're being visited by, because that's the higher dimensional way of communicating. And I still don't know which archangel it was. It was, like I said, a very pink essence, and it also had a very masculine essence. So, I felt like it might have been Archangel Michael, but to me, it was definitely a seraphim. But I've always been very connected with the angelic realm. So I'm very familiar with being able to see higher dimensional beings or angelic beings without actually physically seeing them. So closing your eyes, sometimes you'll see them a lot easier because it's not about seeing with your physicality. But that happened last night again with the Christ energy, and absolutely beautiful. It was overwhelming, the energy coming with that. And this morning I got up and went on a walk with my kids, and the picture you're looking at is the picture I took of the sun today, and it's a cross. Absolutely beautiful, that Christ golden energy. And then if you look closely, you see the rainbow in the beams of light there. And to me, that represents complete, just oneness, balance, all the chakra colors, all of the angelic rays, all one, all together. You're looking at it right there. That's what rainbows are. You know what I mean? That rainbow Christ light, that golden, just beautiful. Yeah. So I saw that this morning. And just wanted to share that with you because I'm really getting a very Christ feeling lately. Jesus is very close, or that Christ consciousness. The world, as we know, is waking up very quickly, very, very quickly. And as many of you are already aware, the outer reality here is just in chaos. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of stuff coming up in a lot of people that has to come up. This is a natural necessary process. These lower vibrational energies, as we know, have to come out. We're cleansing, we're clearing, we're purging and merging. And it's intense because we're feeling it all. And I know some of these topics, right? Politics, or the stuff about human trafficking, all these things, a lot of light workers would say, well, that's not a spiritual topic. That's not fifth dimensional. But these are the things that are waking people up right now. These are the things, the very important catalysts that are making people ask the questions. Making them ask, okay, if this is going on, if we've been lied to, if it's like a starting over, then you have to start asking these questions like, well, then who are we really? And that's how you get to a higher state, right? So everything is important. And once again, always listen to your intuition, to your higher self, where you're being guided. For me personally, I'm in many dimensions at different times, or frequencies, whatever way you want to put that. That's my mission. I can be in several at many times, and we all can be. It's just about how you're looking at it. But it's all important, and no one's, that's not going to stop your ascension if you feel like you're staying in a low vibration, or you're not eating right, or that. None of that is going to stop this process. It's already happening. It's already happened. So take it easy on yourself. Okay. Now, it's very, I know when you're in the midst of the chaos and you're looking at it, it seems like things are getting worse. Things look very intense. The world is taking a turn for the worse. And that's what a lot of people might see. But we have to remember, the more intense it gets, that's how you know that there's more higher vibrational energy and light coming in. Because it's just it's a natural process here. That's the beauty in it, is that the more chaotic it gets, there's more light coming in and shedding the light on this so-called darkness, right? Pulling it out, pulling the density out at the core. So that's why these energies are more in your face. These uncomfortable energies are more in your face, because they have to be. This is it. This is the last bit. So it's like, hello, I'm here. What are you going to do? That's what's happening. But when you look at it from a higher perspective, it's beautiful. There's beauty in the breakdown, right? Because the more chaos that you're seeing, that means that we're getting a huge amount of higher vibrational light coming in, right? So that's just something to keep in mind during this. And yeah, so and I pulled some cards to get some confirmation and advice from the angels and source and my higher self as well. And of course I get the healing chaos. So all this chaos, and you see this tornado here in this darkness, and there's butterflies around it. There's times where we feel like we're in the middle of that tornado, right? The energetic tornado there, like Dorothy. But then there's times where we're the butterflies, or both at once. You can be in several dimensions at once, several frequencies. There's no set way to be. There really isn't. But that's the truth, is in the midst of all this chaos that we're seeing, there's so much beauty and healing taking place. It's incredible. This is coming out. It's finally coming out, this dormant stuff. When you're shaking something to wake them up, right? It's like waking up a teenager in the morning, and you see how pissed off they get. It's very uncomfortable at first. Okay, so that's what we're seeing as things wake up. It's chaotic, and then we get the order out of the chaos, right? And then I got Solitude and Simplicity. So both these cards go together very well. It's about simplifying, okay? Cutting out things that we don't really need, things that, and then the solitude, taking a step back, really simplifying things. It's so important during this to return to that butterfly there, that butterfly that's doing the healing work, your higher self, yourself, tuning out other people's opinions, videos you're watching. It's super important right now to take time out of each day to reconnect with yourself and your source and your guides, whoever you believe in. That's the voice you want to be listening to, and it's okay, you know. I mean, we're watching this crazy show. We're watching it all unfold. So it's okay if you dig into conspiracy theories or you're staying in touch, you know, because we're watching over a lot of the planet. We're watching over the planet. So that's okay to watch and see what's going on. That's our job. That's how we heal. We see it and then we send healing to it. But it's also very important to quiet down, to quiet it out, to reconnect, ask your guides to visit you. And that's what I did last night. And I got this beautiful flash of Christ's light, and it returned me home. It returned me to source. And I felt so connected again. And we forget to do that. And I'm guilty of it too. I get lost in my day-to-day life sometimes, and I forget to do that. And then that's when you start feeling alone or disconnected and confused, and you get kind of lost in the tornado. But there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with any of it, okay? But it's just a reminder from source that when you feel that way, quiet down, quiet it out, simplify, right? Cut out the stuff that is doing this to you and reconnect, because we have the adventures card, and this card represents new adventures awaiting us. Because after the storm, after the tornado, it's going to be a whole new world. This beautiful, peaceful, we can't even fathom how we're going to feel yet. There's no words for it. Heaven on earth. I mean, come on. That's what's being created right now. That's where we're heading, to a state of complete bliss and happiness. We can actually enjoy nature and all of it without the baggage, the stuff that's tying us down. And another vision I got was just these chains, like things about ourselves that chain us down one by one, just like the earth, right? Being held in this lower frequency here, and the chains are just breaking, or the sandbags on the hot air balloon are dropping off. You know, that's what's going on. One by one, we're snapping them off. And some of these things that we feel like we can't get rid of, addictions or habits, certain things, I've said this before, a lot of those might stay until the last, that's going to be the last chain that breaks. Because the contrast of going from a state, feeling in a lower vibrational state, to the higher vibrational state when the shift is completed here, is that's what's going to make it that much more beautiful and fulfilling, is that contrast of, wow, I felt like crap before. I didn't even realize I was feeling that crappy. And, that beautiful shift, that moment when the last chain breaks. That's what we're heading into. And I don't predict time, when this is going to happen. But obviously, we know it's sometime pretty soon, because things just this year alone, a lot of us were called into action last year. Like, we got the call, all of a sudden, it's like, oh gosh, I better do this and this. And we're feeling all these energies and intensity because we were being prepped and called for this time. This year alone has been huge for awakening. I mean, look at what's going on. People are waking up. The universe is shaking everyone to awaken everyone. And it's incredible. And it's, as a light worker, because we're very sensitive, we're emotional. A lot of us are very familiar with the darkness and depression, and those feelings come up still, okay? Because we're sensitive. We're feeling our own traumas and things coming up, and we're feeling the collective. So just take it easy on yourself. Remember to reconnect to your source, to your center. Take a step out of the tornado there, Be the butterfly, be the angel, the healer that you are, the higher dimensional being that you are. Remember that's who you are. Wake up in the morning and remember to ask for a miracle that day. Because, I mean, I've been getting so many synchronicities and beautiful things when it comes to numbers. That's another thing. The Schumann resonance, last peak we had, I think, 44. That absolute beautiful number. I love that number. And let's see, what did I find out? Seeing number 44, it means that a little bit of luck is on the horizon. Additionally, those issues that have laid heavy on your heart in meditation or prayer will begin resolving. The universe has heard you, seen your struggle, and now everything is in place to receive your answers. Absolutely. That's that light worker number. Yeah. So I just wanted to share all this with you. I hope this helps during this time, because I myself, these energies coming in, I've said, are going to get more and more intense. So the resting period in between is getting shorter and shorter, which is why sometimes I disappear for a couple weeks, because I'm getting hit and I have to integrate and figure out how to put words to it. But the main message anyway was to always try to look at the beauty in things, in what is actually occurring right now. I know we do get lost in the chaos sometimes, but always come back to that center, that loving center, to yourself, to source, and don't be so hard on yourself. Always, a lot of light workers are very hard on themselves, and that's our nature. We're very empathetic, sensitive souls. So, and there's a reason for all of that. But I hope this message helped. I hope to be back soon. And I love you all. Okay, bye.